beautiful Saturday afternoon. Welcome to the newsfeed right here at TV47, your number one home of stories. My name is Stanley Nyerengita, and we'll definitely have a number of stories lined up for you this particular afternoon, beginning with health services in public hospitals in Kilifi County remain dire, with patients now being forced to share beds. The situation now making the already struggling residents to seek healthcare in private hospitals, making them dig deeper into their pockets. Paul Munio with more.
This situation has become rampant at the Kilifi County Referral Hospital, Malindi and the Mariakani Sub-County Hospitals, where limited resources and lack of critical healthcare equipment is the order of the day. The already struggling residents now forced to dig deeper into their pockets to access healthcare from private facilities.
Sasa unapata vipimo vingine hakuna, hapa inabidi mtumwe nje, kwa sasa gharama inazidi kuwa juu. Na ni kipimo inafanya after 2 days na si pesa kidogo, 3,000 2,000. Tunaona ni waongeze pia maabara iwe kila kitu inapatikana hapa ndani, itakuwa rahisi kuliko utoke hapa upewe kipimo upeleke nje, uchukue mgonjwa umpeleke umregeshe.
Some patients say the lack of medical equipment in the hospitals is making their already bad health situations even worse, as most of them are forced to share beds.
Kitanda ndio tuko wagonjwa na wawili. Shida hiyo ndio inatupatia shida, kwa sababu mmoja pengine hata huyo mwenzangu usiku ameanguka kwa sababu hawezi kujigeuza.
Hata mgonjwa wangu ameanguka usiku kwa ajili vitanda ni watu wawili, lakini tukapata mshahara siku tusaidia pengine hizo kwa mtu mmoja. Sisi tunaomba serikali iongeze vitanda.
With some desperate to get dialysis services, camping at the hospital for hours on end since the hospital lack the equipment.
Ombi langu ni gavana wetu pia tuangalie pale Mariakani, maana kutoka Mariakani mpaka hapa tumefuata mambo ya dialysis. Hiyo ni kitu yenye pia kule tungesaidika. Kule tumekaa 1 week, ikabidi sasa tuerifali huku. Unaona hiyo ni gharama nyingine.
Malindi County Medical Superintendent Job Gayo has acknowledged the challenges and now calls upon the government to help construct more wards, digitization of records and additional medical equipment such as intensive care unit and CT scan.
Swala la wagonjwa kukaa kwa vitanda viwili sio kwamba ni jambo ambalo tunapendelea liwe hivyo, ila ni kwamba hatuwezi kumregesha mgonjwa nyumbani na anahitaji ya kulazwa hospitali. Sasa kitu ambacho kinafanyika ni kwamba ikibidi basi hata kama ni vovote vile inabidi wakae wawili kwa vitanda. Suluhisho ni kuongeza mawodi ili kila mmoja apate kitanda chake.
During a tour at the facility on Friday, Governor Gideon Mungaro said that his administration will address the shortcomings by providing enough drugs and equipment, and also said that poor patients with medical bills will be discharged after thorough scrutiny of their family backgrounds.
Maswala ya vifaa kwa hospitali, mambo ya CT scan, mambo ya vifaa vidogo ambavyo vinahitajika, mambo ya ICU. Hii hospitali mnajua ni ya zamani sana, na congestion kwamba vitanda watu wanalala wawili. So nyinyi mtupatie muda kama tulivyoahidi. Nafikiri niliahidi kwamba baada ya siku 100 kila hospitali itakuwa na dawa. Na mmeona Malindi tulilipa pesa kwa KEMSA kama wiki iliyopita, na dawa zimeanza kuja hapa, zitaenda mashinani kama tulivyoahidi. Baada ya siku 100 za kwanza kila hospitali itakuwa na dawa.
Paul Munio, TV47.
Right now, let's cross over to the Kasarani Stadium right here in Nairobi, where the preparations for the inauguration ceremony of Dr. William Samoei Ruto is ongoing, which will happen this coming Tuesday. Our very own Flora Limuki is there. Flora, I know it is a beehive of activities at that particular place. How are things shaping up at that particular place?
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Stanley Nyerengita. We are live from Kasarani Stadium. This is where the preparations for the inauguration of the President-elect William Ruto are going on. And earlier on, we've witnessed the mock preparation for what Tuesday will look like. That is including the inauguration, swearing in of President-elect William Ruto, and thereafter the swearing in of his deputy president, Ruto Gachagua, which will be witnessed by Chief Justice Martha Koome. And remember, this event is expected to be attended by thousands of Kenyans as well as heads of state from across the continent. And around 200 million shillings has been set in place for this specific event. Remember, this is an event that will take place on Tuesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And the president-elect is supposed to be sworn in after 14 days after the elections have been held, or in a case where the petition has been held, that is the case that you've seen in this year. The president-elect is sworn in 7 days after the petition, that is after the upholding of his election by the Supreme Court of Kenya. And perhaps my camera person can pan around and show you the activities that are still going on here. The choirs in this place are still preparing for what the day will look like on Tuesday. And remember, where the committee that is overseeing this, the transition process of to the next government, that is the fifth government led by President-elect William Ruto. Among them is Justin Muturi and the UDA party section, Veronica Maina, and also Gladys Boshole are part of the transition committee from the Kenya Kwanza coalition. And so the preparations continue and rehearsals for what the day will look like on Tuesday here in Kasarani Stadium. And right now the Kenya Defense Forces, that is the Army, Air Force and the Navy, were just doing some rehearsals minutes ago. Unfortunately, it's not allowed for us to record that, but that is in a nutshell what has been going on here today and what is expected of the big day that is on Tuesday. The main event will be happening here in Kasarani Stadium in Nairobi.
Right, thank you for Flora Limuki in Kasarani Stadium right here in Nairobi County. Definitely keeping tabs on all those particular events for the Tuesday's inauguration ceremony for the President-elect, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. But definitely this particular, according to the Constitution, it should happen not before 10 p.m., the 10 a.m. rather, and not after 2 p.m. So obviously we'll be taking a look at how things will be shaping up, how the outgoing President Uhuru Kenyatta will be handing over the instruments of power. This is the Constitution and obviously the sword. And we'll obviously, be seeing which particular color the President-elect William Samoei Ruto will be selecting as his standard, basically. So we'll definitely be taking a look at that. Now, to something else. Siaya Governor James Orengo says his administration has identified bureaucracy between the county government and the Kenya Medical Supplies Authority and the budget cycle as a major hindrance to the smooth supply of drugs to the public hospitals. Orengo, who made an impromptu visit to the hospital, also said that the groundbreaking ceremony for a modern theatre facility will be held within the next few weeks. The governor at the same time assured Siaya residents that the perennial drug shortage in public hospitals in the county will soon be a thing of the past, as his government had made arrangements for supplies of essential requirements.
Specialists in many areas, but again, since we have that information, we are going to make it a matter of duty as the people who are supposed to fund and provide those equipment and facilities. We're going to make sure that we help the doctor maintain this place as it should be. We're also happy to say that in a few weeks' time, we are going to have the groundbreaking of a theater, a modern facility where we can conduct operations. And I'm excited about it, and we're looking forward to that facility being operational probably in 3 months, I think we are being told. Maybe I'm a bit optimistic, but we need it fast.
And to some sad news, a 32-year-old woman has been electrocuted to death in Shingoto village in Shinyalu constituency. It is alleged that the deceased Maureen Iminze, a mother of two, was hanging clothes on a wire that was tied near the electricity meter box before the yesterday evening incident occurred. The family has distanced themselves from illegal wiring after preliminary investigation pointed to it. Residents want Kenya Power to carry out a thorough investigation on those who have illegally taped wire to avoid such incidences. Body of the deceased has been taken to the Kakamega Referral Hospital mortuary.
Nilifika tu hapo kwa hii nyumba hapo mbele nikasikia nduru. Wai! Safari moja tu. Kurudi nyuma nikapata ameanguka. Amepepa mikono juu. Mimi nilikuwa nafikiria angali hai. Nikaenda nikaanguka kwake. Nini mbaya? Aongei. Tena nasikia mimi nafutwa. Nikarudi nyuma. Tena nikarudi mara ya pili. Maureen nini mbaya? Aongei. Tena nikarudi nyuma. Mara ya tatu nikarudi. Ndio nikashtuka. Hii maybe ni stima imeshika huyu. Sasa ndio nikatoka mbio na nduru. Nikaenda kuita charani hapo.
Mimi nilikuwa nimeenda kwa kazi. Nikasikia nduru. Kutoka huko nikapata bibi yangu amelala chini amekufa. Siku cheki kitu yanifanyika.
Kuja haraka. Sasa kuja haraka tunapata Maureen anaanguka hapo na anashika hiyo waya. Sasa tunajaribu kuyo na fimbo kufuruta hiyo waya inatoka. Sasa kwenda kumshika kumbe ashakufa. Sasa polisi walikuja na watu wa power wakaanza kucheki hapa wote kama kwa nyumba yote. Wakaona hiyo waya nyumba tuna waya inatoka na kwa nyumba inashika mabati juu. Sasa hiyo waya ikishika mabati juu na hiyo waya nguo au ina ngozi. Sasa bila alishika hiyo waya na hiyo sasa waya ndio ileta moto kumshika.
Call. Haiko kwa pipe. Hiyo ni sheria. Wiring kwa nyumba ndakane kwa pipe. Wiring ukuwa na tape. Wiring kama mwenyewe huwezi kufanya wiring. Inapita utafuta mtu mwenye ambaye kuja kuangalia kila kitu kwa nyumba ikuwe sawa.
And at the same time, detectives from the Homicide and Forensic Investigations Department have exhumed the body of a traffic police officer attached to Nyahururu police station who was buried 2 years ago in order to further probe what could have led to his death. While initial investigations pointed out to a suicide, his family believes there is more to it, as Elizabeth Atieno now reports.
In Kapati area, Nyandarua County, detectives from the Homicide and Forensic Investigation Department at the Directorate of Criminal Investigations visited this home to exhume the body of Police Constable David Kigurumi, who died 2 years ago.
Wakati kaka yangu aliaga na akafanyiwa upasuaji, kapatikana ya kwamba kuna sehemu ambazo zilionyesha kana kwamba alikuwa amenyongwa, na wakati hiyo ripoti ilienda kule Nairobi, wale wapelelezi kutoka Nairobi wakaona ya kwamba kuna mambo yalikuwa yanaonekana kama ni fishe katika jambo hili. Wakaona ni heri wafanye utafiti wa kina, waanze mpya ili waweze kuendeleza kesi kortini, kwa sababu kesi hii tangu wakati huo bado haijawahi kung'oa nanga.
Ya leo tuko na watu wa kutoka DCI wamekuja hapa ndio waweze kufanyia ujasusi kwa mwili wa David Ikurumi Murai aliyezikwa miaka 2 iliyopita, na familia ingetaka kujua hasa kiini cha kifo cha mmoja wao.
The exhumation followed a controversy over the death of the officer, and the detectives now want to conduct a further probe through the samples collected.
And there were some things which were missing in the report, which led to us doing this postmortem. We've just concluded the exhumation and a postmortem, which did at the scene, and from our findings, it looked more of someone who had hanged himself rather than being murdered.
The family says their kin was found dead in his house with a clear indication that he was murdered.
Tumeshikwa na jinamizi, inakuwa ya kwamba mitima yetu, mioyo yetu, tuna mfadhaiko mkubwa tukikumbuka siku zile ambazo tulikuwa tunatangamana naye katika vikao vya familia. Alikuwa mcheshi. Sasa mambo hayo yametuepuka.
The slain officer's brother Samuel Gitimu and Kamau Murai now want the government to hasten the probe and court proceedings that were yet to take place 2 years ago in order for justice to prevail.
Kwa hivyo siku ya leo ombi ambalo tunafanya kama familia, serikali iweze kuingilia mambo haya, iharakishe kwa sababu sasa imechukua muda miaka 2 si muda mdogo, na ukikumbuka kwa mwenda zake alikuwa na watoto na hakuna chochote kile ambacho kimeanza, ili limekuwa jambo la kuhuzunisha sana.
Chief Government Pathologist Johansen Odor conducted a postmortem on the decomposing body in an effort to determine the cause of death. According to Dr. Odor, initial investigations revealed that the officer could have taken his own life.
In Gatundu South, Kiambu County, have raised an alarm after suspected cattle rustlers devised new ways of stealing the cattle. Cases of cattle theft have alarmingly risen in the village, with the latest incident having happened at Gabriel Gatika's home, where the criminals stole 7 sheep on Thursday night when he was asleep. Haimba Emmanuel with more details.
The incident comes barely 2 days after another 6 sheep were stolen from Tabitha Gathoni, an elderly woman who claimed the sheep shed was attacked when she was asleep and she woke up to find remains after the animals were slaughtered and taken away for sale.
Hapa ameibiwa mbuzi zote 7 na zimechinjiwa hapa tu karibu kwake, na tukakuja na tukaconfirm that zimechinjiwa hapa.
The suspected rustlers have been raiding homes at night when they are dead asleep, only to wake up and find their cow sheds empty.
Tunaona hii mashida inaendelea kuongezeka. Hakuna hawezi tuza kitu kama ng'ombe, mbuzi, kuku ama sungura, zote zinaenda. Tunashindwa nini kinatendeka hapa.
Shockingly, the animals are quickly slaughtered and transported to unknown markets, only leaving behind hoofs and skin that they are later forced to bury.
Na hata venye walizichinja waliacha miguu na vichwa hapa.
Mimi ni muadhiriwa wa hivi karibuni sababu ng'ombe yangu ilichinjiwa hapa juzi.
Following the alarming crime, residents say they are forced to keep their goats and cows in their main houses in fear of being taken away.
Na itabidi ufunge nyumba mahali ng'ombe mahali unalala, sababu hizi uko hali ya juu sana hapa.
According to the residents, cattle is the only source of livelihood as the area has no coffee or tea cash crops where they could draw earnings.
Mimi ni mtu anasomesha watoto. Ng'ombe yangu mimi nilikuwa natarajia ya maziwa. Hiyo maziwa nauzia watu, napata riziki. Sasa hatuna matarajio ingine.
Revealing that numerous reports have been done at Mutumo Police Post and Gatundu Police Station, but no action has been taken against the rising insecurity.
Nilipeleka Gatundu Station. Hiyo mambo yangu ilienda namna gani? OCS Gatundu, hii kesi yangu alipoteleza namna hiyo.
Na ile kitu kingine inatusangaza, hakuna askari unaweza kukutana naye usiku. Wewe unaweza tembea, hakuna askari. Kesho yake ukiamuka, ng'ombe, kuku, mbuzi zimeimbiwa zote.
Haimba Emmanuel, TV47.
For that. Now, with just 3 days to the swearing in of the President-elect, Dr. William Ruto, the Evangelical Alliance of Kenya leaders drawn from Nyamira, are calling on President Uhuru Kenyatta to personally congratulate his successor, William Ruto. The clergy says the president should do that in remembrance of the good work they both accomplished in the first term before they drifted apart in their second term. The clergy called on the incoming president to deliver on his promises.
Just requesting Excellence, the President, our beloved President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, just to congratulate William Samoei Ruto. He has been his deputy for the 10 years. He has supported him. I know also that he can also just tell him congratulations for the peace to reign in the country of Kenya.
Nataka kusema kwamba rais wetu Uhuru Kenyatta umefanya kazi na William Ruto kwa muda. Kuna mahali amekusaidia katika uongozi wako. Ningependa kusema kwamba hata leo ikiwezekana, umeona inji zote simempongeza rais mteule. Kindly na wewe fanya hivyo ili kuonyesha uzalendo kwa nchi yetu ya Kenya.
We also wish to salute the leadership of Honorable Raila Odinga for respecting the outcome of the Supreme Court ruling and maintaining peace. That shows the good statesmanship.
Moving on, the Kikuyu Embu Meru Association Cultural Association has pledged to support President-elect William Ruto and his deputy Ruto Gachagua, while urging the duo to fulfill the promise made to the millions of Kenyans who GEMA, who before the August 9th polls threw out the weight behind the Azimio la Umoja candidate Raila Odinga, lauded the outgoing president for his handshake with Odinga, which brought peace to the country. Through Chairperson Bishop Lawi Matthew, they have appreciated President Uhuru Kenyatta for his 10-year development track record in the region, which they say has successfully transformed the region.
We have Milima TV.
We take this opportunity to congratulate His Excellency the President-elect, Dr. William Samuel Ruto, and his deputy, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, for their election to the presidency of the Republic of Kenya. We as GEMA Cultural Association, GCA, promise to support his government and pray that God will help him fulfill the vision for our great nation. GEMA Cultural Association, GCA, further wishes to thank the President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, for his stewardship of the country.
Right, let's cross over to some international news. King Charles III has formally been proclaimed the sovereign of the United Kingdom this morning, following a rare meeting of Britain's Accession Council at 11 a.m. United Kingdom time. David White, the kingdom's Garter King at Arms, performed his once-in-a-lifetime ceremonial duty, proclaiming from the balcony of St. James's Palace in London King Charles's ascension to the throne. Let's cross over live there and listen to this.
Disability is not only limited to physical disorder, but also mental issue. From depression.
I was under depression for like 2 years.
Bipolar.
Bipolar disorder is a mood disorder.
And even suicidal thoughts.
When I was just about to harm myself, a certain voice just talked to me, and I believe that was God.
Right, we'll definitely be updating you on that
beyond
on our
the limit has gone
Remember,
beyond
this is after
its
the death
limit
of
to
the Queen
find
Elizabeth II
so as to
on
help
Thursday. Now, Garissa Pastors Fellowship are now calling on leaders from all spheres to work together and foster peace and development. Speaking to the press in Garissa town, the clerics led by Reverend Joseph Mwasi said that the process of healing and uniting the nation that will be spearheaded by the leaders should start now that the electioneering period is over. Pastor Ibrahim Kamwara of East Africa Pentecostal Church, EAPC, also called on both outgoing President Uhuru Kenyatta and incoming President-elect William Ruto to reconcile and put their differences aside for the country to embrace unity.
The politics are over. We need to get back to normal. We in Garissa Pastors Fellowship wish to thank God Almighty for the peace witnessed before, during, and after elections. As Kenyans from other parts engaged in prayers, we in Garissa too were also in fervent prayers. Indeed, God has heard our prayers and given us peaceful election.
Piga kura yake na kura sikawa nyingi kwa yule ambaye alishinda. Kwa hivyo hata kama kulikuwa na wale ambao walikuwa na kutokuelewana, kwa sababu tulikuwa tunasikia na kusoma kwa magazeti, tunasikia kwa redio. Sisi tunaomba kwamba mambo hayo ya kuishia hapo Kwa maana ni neno la Mungu linasema wazi ya kwamba kura umaliza magombano.
Now to some education matters, youth in the country are being urged to embrace vocational training as a way to bridge the unemployment gap in the country. County governments have also been urged to absorb youths trained in TVETS so as to boost youth employment numbers. This as Christian-based and non-profitable YMCA college, which was training youths from poor families in agricultural sector, has now partnered with training and vocational centers to train youths in different courses that will be certified and recognized by employers globally. The partnership is aimed at boosting agricultural-related courses that will help youth to gain experience and skills in different fields in labor-related courses.